said this before just last week, but this bears repeating. Donald Trump is a cornered animal. He's down in the polls. He had an awful, awful debate performance. And as a cornered animal, he would do any and everything to come out that corner. And it's going to get nasty. And some of these things are starting to happen. Some of the things that he continues to say are unhinged. And we're seeing these different things that could be considered shenanigans happening over the weekend. But this is just the tip of the iceberg. So everyone has to keep their head on the swivel. It's going to get worse before it gets any better. And it's only going to get better after Election Day, November 5th, right? When it's going to start to get better, because there's going to be some more shenanigans even after that. So let me check that. It's not going to get better until January 20th, 2025. So it's going to be a wild, wild ride until then, because Donald Trump and MAGA are not going to go quietly into that good night. They're just not. You saw, or you might not have seen, but J.D. Vance was on CNN yesterday admitting that they will lie to make up stories, and they're doing it under the pretense that Kamala Harris is being given softball questions and she's being allowed to coast because she's running what is a normal campaign. But Donald Trump is not a normal individual. He's, like I said, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be nasty here on out. So as these things happen, I mean, everyone has a responsibility. If you want to see, when I say everyone who is a proponent of truth, justice, democracy, you have a responsibility to make sure your head is on the swivel so that we can complete this process of electing Kamala Harris into the White House and get MAGA, get them ushered on out by way of defeating Donald J. Trump yet again at the polls. But every day is going to be something from here till January 20th, from here to November 5th, from November 5th to January 20th. It's going to be crazy. But the good news is if you stay diligent and watch your back and watch your brother's back and your sister's back and watch Kamala's back and Tim Walz's back, right? And do what you can. Do something, as Michelle Obama said back in at the Democratic National Convention. Do something. Don't sit back. I mean, call your neighbors, your family. Make sure that everyone has their registration, everything in order, their voting plan in order, because they're going to be some shenanigans. I can remember I used to live in Florida back in '96 when Bill Clinton was running for re-election against Bob Dole. And right on election day, the opposition party had put up roadblocks at people's routes or at how they get to the polls, and it backed it, snarled up traffic, and people couldn't get through. And then some people didn't know how to reroute themselves to make sure they can get to the polling place on time. Just little things like that, and that was on election day. So, and this is 2024, and there's a lot more things happening. So again, it's going to get wild. Be ready, prepare yourself, and just know that a corner